Hello. Okay, so I'm going to show you exactly how to change the fonts and colors on your Showit website to match your branding. So what we're going to do is just hop on over to the left-hand side here where it says Design Settings. And up top is where we are going to change all of the colors. So what you want to do is just have the hex color code for your branding. This is the one for this template, and I have it pulled up here for the new colors we're going to use. So what you want to do is just grab that hex code for your color and copy. Then what we're going to do is just come on over and select one of the color options here and simply paste that new color code into there and select OK. So I usually always keep black and white in the color palette because you never know when you're going to use them, especially for fonts. And then you just want to move down the row and add all of your color codes here. Okay, and it's super easy. Simply just paste that in. And if you have a couple of extra additional colors left over, maybe you don't have as many colors in your brand as they have listed here, that's totally fine. You just don't have to use them. And our last one here, perfect. So paste that into here. You can have the hashtag, not have the hashtag, it doesn't matter. And there you go. So there's all of our colors there. Now what you want to do is upload your fonts. So you can see the fonts, all of the details are here, which we're going to get into in a second. But what I want to point out actually is now that I've changed these colors here, you can see it's already starting to change the colors in the fonts here as well. So these are settings I have from my template, but I'll show you how to change that in a second. So what you want to do is come over to the tab right here that says fonts, and on the right hand side, if you are using a template, any fonts used within that template will be available here. What you want to do to upload your brand fonts is select them from either the top here. These are all free Google fonts. If you have a custom font, you would just add your custom font here and then add it to your library. But what we want to do is, so I'm going to see what fonts I want to use for this brand. So I have Alex Brush at the top. So what I'm going to do is I've already added it, sorry, but what I'll do is I'll show you. So I have actually added the ones that I want for this new brand, but that's okay. For instance, let's say I wanted to add Montserrat, let's say. So you could just start typing it. So it takes you kind of down to where it would be. And you just want to look for it. And once you find it, you can select it and then make sure you select Add Google Font. So it comes up here, but you want to select Add Google Font. So it actually adds it to your list. And then what you want to do is just add all of your fonts in there, then make sure you select save, because if you don't select save, it's not going to show up in the list when we come back to this side. So make sure you always select save, and then it's going to close that out. You can see the colors are already changed back here, and that's okay. So what we want to do is go to design settings and back into site styles. So colors are all set. For your font now, what you want to do is go through each one of these tabs here. So you have your title font, your heading, subheading, paragraph. When you go to your title font, you can select the font that you want to use. So anything you've added when we were in the fonts tab will all show up here. You can add new as well if you want to, but they'll all be here. So for this one, I want to use Gilda Display, which I had added previously. So you would just select that. Then you have options to play around and really personalize it. So you can have your title font a different color if you wanted to, or you could just have it black. You could choose how much you want the opacity to be for your color. I would just keep this at 100 for the regular color, but then you want to scroll down. So you have options. So you can see here, you have mobile view, then you have your desktop view. So you can see the different sizes because you want it smaller on your mobile, of course. So what we're going to do is just scroll down on each tab and really personalize it. So when I select mobile, I can see what font size I have here. And then you also have your font size for your desktop, which is 50. So play around with this. If you want it to be big, you can keep it larger. If you want it to be smaller, you can select whichever tab you want to be working on. You can see it over here. I often set them in the beginning, and then I will sometimes, as I'm editing, like right when I begin editing my template or whatever, however I'm doing it, I'll sometimes go back and change it because I'll realize, okay, like this is how I'm using it mostly, because these are going to be your design settings that are automatically going to populate when you're editing your website. So you can do that. I kind of like these two sizes here, but definitely play with it and see what you like. Then line height, I usually leave these. Letter spacing, you could play with this if you want to be a little bit closer, you want to be farther apart. I actually want this one just a tiny bit closer like that. And do I? I don't know. Maybe we'll come back to that. I actually like it like this, regular. Then you can have it normal, uppercase, whatever you want to do with that. Your bottom margin. So this is how much space is going to be within your text box below your text. Your alignment, you can change this on each page as you're kind of editing, but for the most part, if you want majority of it to be left aligned, then select that. If you want majority of your titles to be centered, this is to make your life easier. And then for your preview links, this is when you have linked something within text. So you can turn this on to see what it will look like. So you can change the colors. I want it to be, I don't know, actually, maybe I like the green. Let's keep it green. But I don't want the underline. And then hover color. I want it to actually be the same. I just want it to be not as bright. So I want to kind of change. But what I don't want is I don't want an underline even on hover. So you can see kind of changes. And same thing on the other side. So another thing I want to point out is if you click over here, like the whatever you want you're editing, you can click color and it's going to show you so that you can edit separately on mobile and desktop. However, if you want the settings to be the same, you can select that again and select merge using desktop so that it's the same. This is just to save you time so you don't have to change it on both every single time, unless if you want it to be different, then definitely select so that you can change it. And this isn't just for this one edit. This is really for all of these. So feel free to play around with that. So like, for instance, you wanted it to be uppercase just on desktop, but not on mobile. You can just select it so that it shows both tabs and then go to mobile and change that to normal. So it changes. Or, you can merge using mobile. So now they've both changed to lowercase. I actually don't want that, so I'm going to make it uppercase. But there you go. Okay, and then we have so play around with that. You can always go back and change things as well. Just be mindful when you do come back and change in here, it changes across your website. If you have selected that type of text, like the title text, heading text. Okay, so your heading color, I do like the green there. Size wise. Oh, sorry. Actually, I don't want Oswald. That's my old. I'm going to do Gilda display again for this, but I'm going to make it smaller. I want it maybe, I like 20, but I want it a little bit bigger on desktop than on mobile. So I don't want those to be merged. Let's do this. This looks good to me. I can hop back in if I want to change it. Actually, I'm gonna make this one a little bit smaller. Maybe I'll do 18. Okay, well, we can always pop back in and see if we want to change that. But what I do want to change, I'm gonna do that 18 actually, is I don't like how light this is because you can't even read that. So what I'm gonna do is come down to inline links and select that and see what color I want these links to be. I don't like that color. Maybe I'll just do this. And then format, I don't want underline. So this is already selected. So the colors are numbered. So you can see it's already selected 4 and 4 there. 80%. So it means that when you hover, it goes a little bit lighter, but I don't want this to be underlined either, even on hover. But you can see I changed that, but it only changed on mobile, not on desktop. So I'm going to click hover, format, merge using mobile. So it changes it to be the same. But I didn't do that up here. So format, merge using mobile. So okay, takes away the line. But you can see you hover, it's just a little change there. I like that. And then you have your subheading, and I'm going to change that one to Alex Brush. I want this to be small, but not that small. Let's do this one 20, and on desktop, let's make it 22. I'm good with the letter spacing. I'm good with it. Do I want to center it? I think I want it actually left aligned. You can see it changed both of them, meaning that they're already merged. But if I wanted it to be separate, again, just select the option and it separates them. But I'm keeping it the same. Okay, and then, sorry. And then for the inline links, I like the green. I don't like the underline. And I want that on both, so merge. Hover color, I don't want it to be this color. I want it to be the green, just a little bit lighter, but I don't want an underline. So again, change that and then merge so it changes it on both. You can see it kind of has a little bit lighter, but it's not light enough. So I'm actually going to change that to 70 and see how I like that. Okay, yeah, that's a little bit better. Definitely play with it, hover, take your time, because once this is set, it's going to be applied to the rest of your website. So really taking your time here does pay off. Then you have your paragraph text. So I want to change this one to Lato because it changes both of them. Size, I don't want it that large. So they were both connected, so I just separated them by selecting size. 16, and on mobile, also 16. I don't want it to be too small either. I want people to be able to read it. Letter spacing, I'm good. Normal, left aligned. Some people like to have it so that it's like that, but I like left aligned. Actually, though, on mobile, sometimes this option does look cleaner. So maybe I'm going to do that for mobile, and then desktop, left align, I'm good. And then for your inline links, again, remember to always select preview because otherwise it doesn't show it. So once it's on preview, you can see it. Again, I'm keeping the green. I like that. Don't want underline. I'm going to merge that. Hover color, I want the green. And now I know that I want that to be 70. So that's good. And then underline, don't want that. And I'm going to merge. So there you go. That's my settings. I'm happy with that. I am going to now save. If you don't save, it's not going to save. So make sure that you select that. And there you go. So when you look at your website here, it's going to maybe look a little bit funky. For example, this is a template, one of my templates, my Dahlia template. You can see that it still has a yellow button in there because that was the color that was selected. It was number, let's see, page. It's the menu bar. So you can see this was the number 6, but we didn't change that color because we didn't have enough brown color. So you just want to change it to whichever one that you want. And I know this doesn't look the best with the colors the way they are right now because I would play with it. I would change it so it doesn't look like that. But you can see it automatically changed the text to now match Gilda Display. The paragraph matches Lato. The anywhere I have used the heading font, it matches the heading font. The subheading matches my Alex Brush. So it automatically updates. You can, however, when you're working throughout your website, you can select one of the fonts and you can change sizes here if you want to, whatever the case is. You can modify it more within these tabs here. to really, really personalize on that page, because it might not look exactly how you want it to. But when you first apply the settings, so you do have to go in and change it. But that is how you update your fonts and your colors on Showit. I hope that was helpful. And if it was, please let me know in the comments, like the video, and feel free to subscribe for more videos. Thank you.